Bridget.
And I'm Liz.
And we're the Twin Chesters.
And this is our weekly TV review segment called Once Upon A SuperWho, where we review our top 3 favorite TV shows, which are Once Upon a Time, Doctor Who, and Supernatural.
But there's no Supernatural this week. Obviously, it hasn't premiered yet, so we're just going to talk about Once Upon a Time and Doctor Who. So we're going to start with Once Upon a Time, with the second episode of Season 5, which I think is called The Price. And so...
A lot of
so much love. That's just my number one thing. So much love. All the couples were being all cute.
Yes. There's a lot of things that are starting to fall in place. We're seeing how Emma fully embraces becoming the Dark One.
And we're getting very, very small snippets of their first night in Camelot, like what exactly happened that first night.
Yes. So it's kind of Regina's fault. Emma's steps towards becoming the Dark One. I'm very torn with Regina right now because I know she wants to help Emma, but I feel like part of her reasons are very selfish.
Well, she wants to prove to everybody that she can be the savior. Like, she's very like, you don't think I can do it? Watch me do it. Like, she wants she wants to prove to everybody that she's no longer what she was in season 1.
Oh, I understand that she wants, of course she wants to prove that, but
I think that's what it is.
It's just kind of the way they had her dialogue set up where she's like, I'm going to be the one to free Merlin. You know, I was like, okay, Regina, kind of take it down a notch, we get it. But I just, she's very half and half for me right now. She's very half yes, I want to do this, I want to save Emma, and very she's doing it for herself so she can get that gratification so people will love her and trust her and follow her.
I'm 100% certain that Emma's taking that route. The darkness in Emma is saying, well, Regina just wants everybody against you. That's all Regina wants. Regina's still the evil queen. The rumple, the crocodile rumple in her head, that's what's gonna make her go into herself and not trust Regina
and how
anymore.
she was saying, I'm tired of cleaning up after your messes. Just do it yourself for once.
Yeah.
She's very,
especially now, in the present day, yes.
She's not, Dark One Emma, I don't think, is really believing that any part of Regina genuinely wants to help her.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. I mean, God, but Dark Emma is really badass.
I know, I love it.
She is so badass. She knows what she wants. She goes after it. When Hook was there, she was like, you, me, now.
Yeah.
Now.
Pretty much. But I liked the end of the episode where you see that she still has that longing. And it's Rumple's, voiceover explaining how every Dark One is still tied to the people that they love and the person that they were before, and you can really see that longing.
Yes, 100%.
In Emma's face.
When she's standing outside of
you could see that she even what she said to Hook, she's like, just because I'm the Dark One doesn't mean we can't be together anymore. Yes, she did embrace the darkness, but I don't think she fully embraced the darkness because she's still all about...
She's still, she's maybe 99% there.
Yeah, she still has that small part of her that's wants to ignore the fact that she's the Dark One and just kind of go back to normal.
Yes, definitely. Poor Regina can't hold down a man.
No.
She gets Robin, she loses Robin. She gets Robin, she loses Robin. She gets Robin, Robin almost dies. She gets Robin. Both in this episode, he almost dies twice.
Well, he technically does die for a good minute. He's definitely.
He technically dies twice.
Yeah, sort of.
I want to know if they ever actually found Merlin, because it seems like
they
didn't get Merlin out of the tree, which is why Emma's the Dark One. Because I feel like if Merlin was around, she wouldn't be the Dark One.
I think they might have gotten him out, but just not in time.
Maybe.
Because I can't see them bringing in Merlin just to have him not get out of the tree.
It's true.
I can't see them tying in that whole plot line just for nothing to happen with
Yeah,
Merlin.
I also kind of need to go more into Camelot, because all we got was a ball.
I know.
Yes. Do love balls. It was really cute. The Charmers were being really cute. Captain Swan was being really cute. Outlaw Queen. And then they gave Henry this cute little side girl.
So basically just everybody's in love.
Everybody's in love.
Everybody was in love. It was just
And that's pretty much what they established. Camelot, everybody loves each other. And then we come back, Emma doesn't like anybody. You're like, what happened? Everybody loved each other. But I thought the guy that goes after Regina was going to be a longer plot line. I thought it was going to be over multiple episodes, him blackmailing Regina into being like, I'm going to tell that you were the evil queen.
Maybe they just didn't want to drag that out.
True. That seems to happen to Regina a lot. She finally, shows that she's worthy, and then they're like, no, I'm going to tell somebody you were once the evil queen.
Well, that's the ignorance of that individual.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot.
It's happened a lot. There's 3 different people.
Well, I think that's why she gets so frustrated. Because she's like, again, like, how many times does she have to prove herself?
Yeah.
But again, like I said earlier, I'm still kind of torn. Like,
I'm curious as to how that spell to get rid of the Fury worked with all of them, like clinging hands.
It was too much life force for the Fury, so it like.
But I feel like he's a Fury, though. I mean, I feel like.
But he's only one.
That's true, but I feel like there might have been something else behind it. Maybe like just a lot of light magic, too much like goodness, and he just like exploded.
No, I think it was just too much life force.
Leroy is a lot more involved than he has been the past few seasons.
Yeah,
he's just there. Like, you're like, oh, there's Leroy again. Oh, look, Leroy's helping out. Oh, look, Leroy's saving the day. And you haven't seen Leroy since we heard about his story 3 seasons ago.
That's true. But I like that they're having Hook and Belle bond, because Belle knows exactly what Hook is going through. She's the only person in Storybook that knows exactly what Hook is going through. So I think it's really great to see that friendship and that bond grow.
Yes. I like that.
They can help each other.
And I really, really like that Hook isn't going crazy like he normally does. He'll do it, in past seasons he'll do whatever it takes to get Emma or to fix Emma or whatever it is, but this time he's kind of mellowed out a bit and he's not as angry. Yes, he's angry.
Because he's so heartbroken.
Yes, he's angry, but he knows that when he does cure Emma, he will want to be able to tell Emma how he did it without feeling ashamed about it.
Oh, that's
I feel like he wants to do it right by Emma.
Right.
He doesn't want to go, all ex-pirate on her, to save her, and then her being like, you killed somebody, you did this, you did that, whatever he did, and he wants to be able to show Emma that he's changed. He's changed as well. He's gonna change her, but he's changing himself also. I just love Captain Swan so much.
I didn't even think of it like that. That's a really.
That's the first thing I thought of, because I love the line when he was like, I spent centuries fighting the Dark One. I could spend that long saving the woman I love.
I just love everything that they have him do.
It's like, oh, that's so
because he's so great with it. I feel like he's so, Colin as an actor is just kind of so up for doing whatever that they have Hook do. He's really able to adapt to angry pirate, or heartbroken Killian,
hopelessly romantic Killian.
Hopeless romantic. He's so good at adapting that the character and developing him.
I'm very scared that they're gonna pull a whole entire Hook and Belle romance.
I kind of got that feeling a little bit when they were at the end, when they were in Granny's and they were having drinks together, just kind of
I don't think so.
It could easily be misinterpreted.
Yeah, the writers might purposely stick it in there, oh, hey, Captain Swan shippers, look what we're doing.
No.
They might poke it through there, but
I won't allow it.
I still don't know why Belle is waiting for Rumple.
That's another thing I want to talk about. Is Rumple going to wake up? And if he does, who is he going to be? What kind of man is he going to be?
I feel like that's just kind of a backstory right now. Yes, there's the whole entire giant flower she's got to carry around with her all day. But the petals are falling. They are falling.
Yes.
They're just not falling at a very drastic speed.
No.
It's 1 a week. Or 1 a month type thing.
But see, I want to see more. I want to see more Dark Swan. I feel like we're watching everybody react to all the little things that Emma has set up.
I guess it is the second it is the first episode where Dark Swan is Dark Swan.
That's true.
So
but I hope throughout the rest of the segment of this part of the series that Emma comes in it a lot more, because I feel like she's not getting a lot of screen time.
Well, she definitely will, because we haven't touched on Excalibur. She has Excalibur.
She has Excalibur.
And she wants to be able to put Excalibur together with her dagger. We never touched on that last episode.
Nice.
The dagger.
The dagger being the end of Excalibur.
The dagger's the end of Excalibur. And Arthur knew that.
Yes.
So Arthur invited them in knowing that they were going to lead him to the Dark One. So I don't know if he did it because he wanted to help them or because, in a way, it would lead them to the Dark One and he'd be able to have the dagger.
Well,
So all he really wants is the dagger. I don't
to
think
complete
he really...
the sword.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, like if like, say, like, they touched down and there was a Merlin prophecy. Yes, he would help them because it's a Merlin prophecy, but I feel like he'd be kind of like, okay, I'll help you as much as I can. But now that they're like, oh, we have to defeat the Dark One, he's like, oh, I'm more interested now. This is my gain as well, not just yours.
Yeah, but maybe it's like his path. His path is to have Excalibur.
He already has Excalibur.
Well, Excalibur as a whole, like
as a whole,
completed.
Yeah.
And
But that's what is Excalibur a good weapon then?
I think it depends upon the person wielding it. That's just my personal take.
I don't know,
think maybe
because
it depends.
Is, like, once it's put together, is Excalibur just whole? Is it just Excalibur? Or is it the dagger attached to the rest of Excalibur?
No,
I mean,
no.
because there's all that darkness in the dagger. The dagger is associated with the Dark One. Is the dagger itself dark? Or is it when they put everything together, it'll just be good Excalibur again, like the dagger's powers are no longer valid?
I think maybe.
Because, I mean, it is an inanimate object, it's not a person.
Well, yeah, that's true.
There's just, like, I'm thinking of it like a person. Like, you know, like there's darkness inside of the dagger, when it attaches to a good person, it might seep through. But since
Well,
it's
it
like,
attached itself to Emma, and she still became the Dark One.
well, the darkness itself, not the dagger. If she was just holding the dagger, she wouldn't be dark.
Oh.
I'm talking about the dagger itself. Is the dagger itself a dark object, or is it just associated with a dark person?
No, I think it's probably, it has to be embedded with dark magic or dark something because
It
controls
the Dark One.
the Dark One. If it's not
That
associated
could also
with actual
be
magic.
technically light magic. Because since it controls a dark being,
Well, you
it
can.
could be some sort of goodness in there. The
Well,
reason why the dagger was made was possibly to control the Dark One. You need something good to control the evil.
right, until the Dark One gets the dagger, and then that's it.
Yeah, but I'm
it's
saying,
just null and void.
that was the
How does an iPod work in Camelot?
you.
That really is
You're
bothering
still
me.
on that?
I'm still on that. That's really kind of bothering me because to me that doesn't make sense.
How else was Henry gonna woo the medieval girl?
But
With his
it
like,
doesn't make
nothing
sense
else?
that technology from our world would work in a medieval
But I mean, but
setting.
they also came over by magic. So I think, like, it's null and void if you come over by magic. They come in, like, a magical tornado.
Yeah, but I don't.
In
It's
a-
just bothering me. I don't know.
You're
To me,
just-
it's not
yeah.
logical. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
The
that-
entire show is not based on logic. It's about the daughter of Snow White and Prince
I
Charming,
know,
who
but,
gets
like-
put in a cupboard, and then she finds her way back to Maine, where there's a curse. I don't think it's logical. There's a curse going on right now.
But there's a logic
Again,
within that fantasy.
they need
It's
to
our
stop-
discussion for Once Upon a Time, and now we're going to talk about Doctor Who.
Which this is the third episode. It's already been 3 weeks of season 9, and again, a 2-part episode. Again. So pretty much they are underwater, about 100 years in the future, and there's ghosts.
Yeah, there's it was really funny how they were telling the doctor that it's ghosts, and he's like, nah. And then like halfway
It's
through the
never
episode, he's like, it's ghosts. And
It's
they're
never
just
ghosts,
like,
it's always aliens.
That's true.
So he was like, no, it's not, it's an alien. And he wound up being right, it was an alien.
Yeah, it's maybe not. Is it an alien?
It's like an alien that's using ghosts.
Okay. I don't know.
That's weird.
Maybe I just didn't pick
It's
it
weird.
up.
I really like the crew.
Yeah.
Like
I like 'em a
they
lot.
finally have like a good, solid story.
Yes, this episode I definitely think is better than the first two. I feel like Capaldi's finally coming into his own, and I'm really starting to like him as the Doctor, and I feel like the writing was a lot better.
Sassy.
Yes, he was very sassy.
He's like
Loved it.
a grandfather that still wants to be hip, but still wants to be a grumpy old man
Yeah.
at the same time. But I really like the sign language.
Yeah, that was a really
That was
nice
kind of like they
twist.
didn't have to do that. Like no, I'm saying it had,
No,
had nothing to do with like the story arc. It's not like it had anything to do with story arc, but they did it because they just thought it would, be really cool and like
Right,
you know,
I think it
add that to the
definitely-
story. I really like that it adds a lot to the
Well,
story.
it enriched the crew. Like
Yeah.
I like one thing that I like about Doctor Who is they always bring in kind of like unconventional characters in a sense. Like nobody is, you know, straightforward,
Oh, yeah.
like ideal, like human being or
Oh, yeah.
however you want to say it. Everybody has their little quirks. Everybody has their little things about them that could be
Yeah.
seen as a disadvantage by society, but they're totally like they're just owning it. It's
Yeah.
not even a big deal.
Yeah, I really liked them as a group, you know, nobody, like, even though they all had, like, a flaw to them, they still
Right.
worked together and made it work. Like,
Yes.
come on, there's a Doctor super fan.
I know. I loved her. She was great.
I like that, though, because she's the first person that he has ever come across that knows who he is.
That's true.
Like,
outside
everybody else is like, who the bloody hell are you?
Yeah,
You're the what? The Doctor?
that's true.
Like,
But
his,
because he said unit and he's the doctor.
yeah,
and
his
she-
story is finally starting to...
Well, because they were in the future.
But I'm saying...
But it makes sense that
Even
in the future
so,
they know
he's
who
also gone to the future plenty of times. Like when he went to Mars, he was in the future.
he is. Well, that's true.
This is the only person that fully knows who he is.
That's true.
And I kind of liked Clara in this episode too. She wasn't as whiny.
That's
The
yeah.
only thing she was whiny about was wanting to go on adventures. Like she's
That's
finally, you know, like, oh, I want to go save the world. You know, you want to save a planet. You know, you want to.
Yeah, his little smile. He's like, yeah. But she definitely was not as she
And
was
she's
still-
trusting him more.
I think that's it. She's
When he-
finally
yeah,
trusting
When
him.
he was like, I'm gonna come get you. And she's like, okay, you're gonna come get me.
But then he comes back as a ghost and it's like
I like his entire, like, him, like, going back and forth with the crew, like, asking questions, like, talking out loud. I really liked that, because it really brought back the Doctor loving not knowing something.
right.
Like, he was like, I don't know what this is, and I'm so excited, and I want to talk to you guys about it. Like, I want to figure it out together.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the times it's just him like, okay, I'm here and we're gonna do this,
Yes.
boom, it's done.
Even though, yes, he still pretty much had control. He was calling everybody idiots and stuff because, like, they're just not the Doctor. But he was still, like, still excited to share what he's figuring out
Right.
with them.
Yes.
You know, like, he's still bouncing off. He's still doing that really fast talking thing that Matt Smith did a lot.
Oh my gosh, yeah, just like pinballing.
Yeah,
and
that
bouncing around
he did that
everywhere.
again, and I love that. I thought it was so great.
How about Clara's note cards for him?
Yes! Oh my god, I loved that.
That was great.
She is his carer. They said that last season.
Yes.
She's his carer.
Yeah, because
And-
he.
One of them says, sorry I left you in Aberdeen or something like
Aberdeen,
that. And that's where he freaking left Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
In Aberdeen. I need to go back and watch that now because it'll be a lot funnier.
His little cue cards of like insert like polite conversation or like proper conversation here.
But now, like, with the two-parter, you need to figure out what happens now. Like, you're sitting there and you're
Yes.
like, what happened? Like, he's going back. That's the first time the Doctor has ever gone back in time to the same place. Like, something happened. He's like, whoop, gotta fix it. Go back in time, end up, 15 minutes in the past, 20 minutes in the past, whatever it was. He's never done that before. This is such a little thing, so it's so weird
That's true.
that he's going back in time. Like, that's his first instinct to do, is, oh, I'll go back in time.
Well, he's going back in time to understand why
Oh, that's
everything's
true,
happening.
yeah.
He's not necessarily going. Well, I mean, I guess it is him going back to fix it
Fix it,
because
but he's going
understanding
back.
it, he would inadvertently
Fix it,
be able to fix it. But that's he's like, I have to go back in time to fix.
And he's
to
going
where
back
this
in
all
time
started.
a lot. In the previews, he's going back to, like, before it even was underwater, the town.
Well, yeah, that's why he.
Yeah.
That's what he.
Because I
that's why
originally
he
thought
has
he
to
was,
go back.
when he said it originally, I thought he was just going back, like, 20-25 minutes.
No.
to,
Like
to change 1-2 things, but then, when the episode ended, I was like, oh, he went back a lot.
no. Well, he said he's like, I have to go back to the beginning.
Yeah,
Meaning
to the beginning,
like,
yeah.
before,
Yeah.
like before the thing was flooded.
I don't know, I'm really glad that I enjoyed this episode.
I
'Cause
know.
I have been feeling very, meh about Doctor Who, and
Yeah, it's
and
been
we
kinda-
have a lot of feelings about Doctor
Yes.
Who, and I was very upset that I wasn't feeling it last season in the first 2 episodes, but now, like, the Doctor's starting to grow on me. I knew it was
Mhm.
gonna happen, first season you never really like him you never really like the Doctor in the first season because it's different. They're testing out the feelers for what the Doctor's gonna be, what the Doctor's gonna do. In the second season, you're like, okay, I can dig that. I can dig his sassy, trying to be hip.
I don't particularly care for the sunglasses.
Oh, the sunglasses. I don't know if that's gonna stay.
They came in handy for this episode, for Cass being able to read lips. So I kind of understand why they kept it for this plot, but I kind of.
I don't know where they're gonna go with this.
It's just not
like
the Doctor always has a sonic screwdriver.
I don't know what happened to the Doctor that he's now this weird black-eyed ghost thing. Because that's why I didn't think they were originally ghosts, because their eyes were all blacked out.
Well,
like in normal, ghost lore or ghost shows, it's just the same person, just see-through.
Well, this is Doctor Who, so there's nothing normal.
Yeah.
There's nothing normal about it.
Who is the Victorian guy? The guy with the top hat?
I think he's the one that started it all. Me personally, I just think, and like
he also might be the first person that died.
Well, yeah. Like he started it. He was the first ghost thing. Yeah. And he's the one. I think he's the source. Yeah. I just really like. I can't get over it. Like I really liked the like. Okay, guys. So that's our Once Upon a SuperWho. Next week we will probably still do Once Upon a Time in Doctor Who because Supernatural starts up this week. So we're gonna have a special premiere episode for that. So hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.